back to the madness. Okay, this stinks. If it wasn't for this crap, I wouldn't have had to come in today. But there's too many different 10 a.m.s. So, and with not knowing what the road conditions really were, it was just safer for me to come in. But I only had to do one run, 2 places, so yay. Yeah. It was a lot prettier last night. So it was, I think around 3 o'clock it started snowing. Okay. So if you can't tell, now it's snow with ice. The roads though are really good. So I'm hoping the expressway is really good because I'm taking the expressway to both places. So it was that beautiful, big fluffy snow. All the trees had that beautiful snow in it. And then, I don't remember what time it was. It was after Becca got home. So it was probably like 6:30 if I remember right. Because Becca was cooking dinner. All of a sudden, now I've never seen this in my life. It was snowing, right? And all of a sudden, the sky just lit up with lightning. I was like, okay. And then it was so loud, it shook my house, the thunder. And I was like, what the hell is happening? We're gonna die. The world's coming to an end. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just shocked. I've never seen a thunderstorm, a lightning thunderstorm, when it was snowing. It was just, okay, the birds are going crazy too. Did you see that? Those birds were like crazy. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? And then about an hour later, the rain came. Now, John's car and my car were like, it was white out. You couldn't tell what color my car was. That's how much snow was on my car. Well, you could if you looked at the sides, but all I can see is the roof and the hood. So it was thick with snow. And then I think it was about 10 o'clock and our cars were cleared of snow basically. There was still some spots that had snow, like the very middle of my roof that, you know, wasn't washed away by the snow right away. So then we were even, because John was like, well, maybe you don't have to go in the morning. And really, he could have handled this. But I read, oh shoot, can we pay attention? Because I bet you, is this my exit right here? I don't know if this is 9 Mile or 8 Mile coming up. But, okay, it's 9 Mile. One more exit. So, and Becca had to be to work at 9 o'clock. So that's the main reason, too, why I had to come in, because we couldn't send John far away. So, whatever. It's fine. Yeah. So then the rain started happening. And then the rain stopped. And it all turned to ice. My patio, whatever you want to call it, sidewalk, it's not a sidewalk, it's in front of my door, whatever, it was nothing but ice. Because I checked it, you know, like, oh, well, maybe I won't have to work, and I'm like, it's total ice. I'm like, I'm just going in. I'm just going in. Who cares, you know? Well, I care, but I was shocked when we woke up. My street was not bad. It was like those side streets that I was on. Just very bumpy, but it wasn't a sheet of ice. It was just a sheet of, not a sheet, it was just clumps of icy snow. Which I hate, because then it's like a frickin' speed bump. Just little patches of speed bumps. Yeah. So, I took notes last night. I used to do this all the time. But it was for my floss tubes. But I'm like, you know what? Why don't I start writing the stuff down so when I'm in the car and I can't look stuff up, I can tell you. John's calling. Okay, that was Johnny. He needed me to transfer money for gas. Okay, so, yeah, so I got my little list here to tell you what I did and how many stitches. So, I did 500 stitches on Country Sale August. My goal is to have it finished today. And then, because I had to finish off the rooster. I had to frog the little town yesterday, but I frogged it before I put it down. I had to do the little town, and then I think there's something right up by the rooster, but I don't remember what it is. But it can't be big because there's not a lot of space for it to be something like really big. So it's probably going to be like, I don't know, 300, 400 stitches left. Who knows? Maybe it's another 500. I don't know. I'm going to put 200 in it, and if that doesn't finish it off, unless it's like less than 100 away from finishing, then it will get finished tomorrow. Because I got talked into doing a new start. I was really trying not to do any new starts for a while. But then, of course, I had to start a new Shannon Christine. And I love it. And I actually am getting to use, they better be open. Why does it look like they're not open? Are you kidding me? It doesn't, oh maybe. Maybe they just don't have the, because there's cars here. Oh, they're open. Okay, I'll be right, they were open. It was just how the, what is it called? The tint on the window made it look like it wasn't open. But it was, thank God. Yeah, so, like I was saying, I finally got to, so I think it was probably about, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a year ago. I was on Amazon looking for fabric. Shoot, go. I forgot it takes a little longer to get out of driveways that are icy. So anyways, I was on looking at needles. I was looking at all kind of cross stitch stuff just to see what Amazon had. And I came across this post where it was painted fabric. And they were 17 by 11. No, 17 by 13. 17 by 13. Because I needed, the only reason I remember that is because the smallest number was, I only did a 2-inch border. Okay. That was black ice. I did a 2-inch border. So I needed a piece that was like 12.3 or something like that. I don't remember. Please do not be in my lane. Okay. So, oh yeah, see, the expressway is beautiful. So I knew that I needed at least size 13 and then bigger, you know. So, anyways, there came like, I don't remember, it was like 10 pieces of fabric that were all 17 by 13. And it was like Galaxy, and I can't remember what the other one was called. So I bought the two different ones. If I can find it on my Amazon, I will link it. But I was like, not gonna do it, not gonna do it. And Mrs. A was like, oh, come on, Becky, you know you want to do it. I'm like, no, I don't. And then Deanne's like, come on, I'm starting it. I'm like, no, 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 no. And then I was like sitting there, I'm like, I've thought of that fabric. Because who knows, what can you put on that? Once you get it, it's like, I'm one of those people who don't like a lot of, how do I say this? Where the fabric is more than the piece that you're working on. So the stitching gets lost in your very loud fabric. I like mine to be like, now I love the bold colors, but there's sometimes where it's like, ew, well, you can't even really see that. So then usually what I do is I change my colors, which I did last night. But the only thing now is I'm regretting it a little. I should have went a little darker blue for this one border and the snowflakes, because I feel like it's going to get lost. But then who knows, maybe when all the other stuff is on there, it might like pop a little more. Because when I'm stitching it, it looks beautiful and it does pop. But when I take the picture, or maybe, who knows, it was the lighting last night. It could have been the lighting. Because the first picture I took, it looked beautiful. And I showed the girls and I was like, see, this is what I'm doing. And they were like, oh, that looks really good, you know? But last night when I did my 202 stitches, that's how many I put in it, picture, it just looks like it got a little lost. So I don't know. I'm still going to keep going at it. But, okay. I don't like this. We're just gonna not really talk, but keep the video going until bridges and weather like this scare me, because you don't know how many times I went over a bridge and it was black ice on it, because yeah, bridges suck. So anyways, because the white was not showing up on the fabric. And at first, when I kept saying, no, I'm not going to do it, is because the words were in white. And something about my brain cannot, I can't see the whites. Like, it doesn't pop out to me. Me and Becca had a whole big argument over this on her Pokemon type chart, because she has the words in white, and I'm like, but you can't see it. And she's like, you can see it very perfectly. It like jumps out at you. And I'm like, I can't see it. And she's like, that's just you. And I'm like, oh, is it a me problem? So last night kind of confirmed it, that it's a me problem. So I was sitting there and I'm like, I want to start it. And yes, I have that thing where if everyone's starting it, I need to start it too. Even though it might not be my cup of tea, but let me tell you, Shannon Christine is my cup of tea. So it was like, oh, I want to start it, but I don't want to do any new starts because I want to get a lot of progress this year on my whips. But I never said I was not going to do no new starts, because I know me. I see something, and if I want to start it right then, I'm going to start it right then. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, Deanna's starting hers. I'm like, I really want to start this. And so I say to Mrs. A, I'm going to slip one of these days. I know it, but I'm going to not try to. Which I was told I get a discount now. Instead of $5,000, it would be $3,000. So I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, what fabric could I put it on? I'm like, okay, if it fits on that painted fabric, it's a go. So I go back there and I pull it out, and sure enough, it fits. So I'm like, okay, I'm starting. So I changed the letters to a different color, and I changed the border to a different color. So I'm hoping it looks good. So I kept changing the colors in Pattern Keeper, and John, all he kept doing was focusing on the damn snowman. He's like, ew, no. And I'm like, really? He's like, the snowman looks crazy. I'm like, you're supposed to be looking at the words. Stop looking at the snowman. Which, I mean, he couldn't help it. It was, so the words and the border were all white. I don't think I told you that. So I'm like, just look at the words. And he's like, oh, wow, yes, I love the words in that color. I'm like, thank you. So then I did one stitch of the white, and you can't see it. I'm like, okay, now it's time to change the border. And he's like, okay. And I said, you know where you're looking, right? And he's like, yeah. And so I changed it. He goes, oh, you're not going to keep the snowman that way. I'm like, stop looking at the freaking snowman. I said, we're just doing the border. The snowman is going to be white. It's going to be a pain in my butt, but the snowman's going to be white. So I just thought he was hilarious. So, what did I watch yesterday? So I started off with, oh no, now I can't think of her name. She has the unicorn for her picture. Oh, her name starts with an A. Oh, it's not going to come to me. I finally finished her whip parade. I can't remember if it was 4 or 5 parts. But, yeah, I can't wait to see her progress on her whips. Sorry, I gotta take a drink. Oh, you know when you have that feeling like you're gonna start coughing and it just like feels like there's a cotton ball stuck in your throat? That's what just happened. Okay, so then after I finished hers, then I watched Shalene's What's Going On Today, which I still have a couple of those. See, these whip parades really messed me up, so I'm behind. I was behind on people already, but there's certain people that I watch. Oh no, am I running out of windshield wiper fluid? Let's just hope it was the wind. That's why I did it funky like that. I know, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. So, I'm behind on some people. Like, that I watched every time. When they post like Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. She posted something. Within 2 days, I've watched it. Oh, shoot. never can remember how to say her channel name either. She changed it on me. Sweeney. The Sweeney Stitcher Effect. I think it's that. Whenever she posts something, I watch it right away. I'm behind on her too. So there's just certain people, like Shailene, she posts when I'm at, and so does Corey. They post while I'm at work, and so I usually catch theirs right away. Okay, I'm going to Ford. I'm gonna have to sit here for a little bit. They open at 9. They say it had to be delivered by 9, but I know for a fact they might be here early because of the snow, though. Nope, they're not here. Oh, maybe. Oh, they are. Look at that. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so where was I at? So yeah, so then Johnny came home and he was in the living room, and I was like, okay, let's watch some Dateline. So we didn't get very far with Dateline because I just wanted to be on Zoom. And he was busy on his phone. So, he said, you know what, if you don't want to watch anything, we don't have to watch anything. I'm like, okay, good. So, I had the TV, like, off, but it wasn't off. I don't know. It was on the home screen, basically. So, then, at 7:50 on Friday and Saturdays, my alarm goes off to tell me to turn on OP Live first shift, because the first like 5-10 minutes, it gives an update of what happened the night before, or the episode before, really. So, I turned that on, and yesterday, my stupid TV, I have a TCL Roku TV, and when you turned it on, the light was blinking, and it stayed on this red screen, and then it would turn off, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I did it like 3 times, and I'm like, okay, let's Google this shit. And they're like, you got the red screen of doom. I'm like, okay, what are they taking it from Xbox, the circle of doom? Which Jonathan got that once on an Xbox. That's not funny at all. You can't fix that shit. So anyways, I'm like, okay, how do you fix this? And it said to unplug it for, I think it was 30 seconds. And if that doesn't work, then unplug it for 1 minute. And if that doesn't work, unplug it for 3 minutes. I'm like, okay, so I did that, you know, and it still didn't work. And it said, if that doesn't work, then behind your TV, there's a reset button. And I'm like, oh crap, I have it mounted on the wall. So that's not easy. So I told Becca, I said, okay, this one you're gonna have to help me with. Well, which was cool, it was on the side, so she could just put her hand behind there with her flashlight, and she found it. And so you hit reset. And it said it might take 3 to 6 times doing the reset. Well, it took 3 times, and then my TV started working. But because of that, all my settings were messed up. So, I don't know, it was probably like a month ago, maybe even 2 months ago, I don't know. Me and time don't compute. I was on a Zoom with a couple of the ladies, And I was like, okay, guys, I need you to tell me when you can hear my TV. Because I like having the TV in the background. Because there's some shows that I don't like watch. Okay, so I watch every show that I watch. But there's some shows that I don't like have to stare at the TV. I'm a multitasker, so I listen to the TV, and I don't know. So there's certain shows that I can put on when I'm on Zoom, where I can pay attention to Zoom, especially when we have our quiet times. So I don't think you're gonna rush up on my butt. If you want to pass me, there's a lane over there. And there he goes. I'm sorry, but I am doing almost 40 in a 45. I am not going 45 on this road. You see how it's not totally clear? Okay, I don't know why he can't hear me. I do this. I talk to the TV. I talk to cars and they can't hear me. Okay. So anyways, basically when we're in Zoom and it's quiet, I can still stitch and listen to the TV. And then if, you know, a conversation starts, then I can pause the TV. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So, whatever. So, I was like, oh no, I forgot that, you know, it restarted yesterday. I'm like, okay, ladies, I need your help. And it was so funny because the other day, me and Danielle were talking about the TV, you know, and can you hear? And I'm like, yeah, that when you guys helped me that one day to make sure that you guys couldn't hear my TV. And I was like, okay, ladies, you need to help me do my volume on my TV because it reset. And, oh, this makes me nervous. Okay, we just slid a little bit. That's not bad. Now, see, let me explain something here, too. I don't know if you guys ever seen my car. Like, did you see it in, like, the mirror or whatever? You know, it reflected. But I drive a Kia Soul. Okay, that was a little, yeah, cool. I don't like it. I don't like sliding. So, my car is very light. So when I'm on black ice or crap like this, I slide very easily because there's not a lot of weight to my car. If I was in John's van, I wouldn't be sliding because his car's heavy. I mean, you will slide still, but not as much as... And with the wind isn't helping this either. So I slide a little more. I should put a thing of sand in here. Because that, if I do get stuck, then you can throw the sand. Okay, we're not gonna panic. I can throw the sand under the tires to help me get out too. Okay, we're good. I don't know if you guys can hear that my what is it called? ABS. You know that when you hit the brakes and it's yucky, it pulsates them for you. Which, you know, in the old days, we knew to pump our brakes. Tell you one thing, when I first started driving a car with it and trying to remind myself, just keep your foot on the brake, you'll do, okay, this makes me nervous. This guy is coming too fast. Okay, he went in the other lane. Ridiculous. Okay. So anyways, I had them, I'm like, now you gotta be honest with me, because if you hear it, let me know and I'll turn it down a notch. So I don't think it's right though, because at one point Danielle could hear. So we started watching OP Live. I'm like, John, can you? Because I really was into Zoom last night. We were talking about nothing, but you know, it was just, I don't know. It felt really good last night that we were just like chit chatting and teasing each other and stuff, you know. And I didn't want to have my mic on mute, because then you're in it, but it's like you have to unmute to like say, I don't know. It feels like after I unmute, well then the moment has missed where I could have like said a snappy comeback or, you know, input. And then when you're laughing, you gotta be like, you know, or they say something, and it's like you just shake your head real fast so they know, oh yeah, you agree to, or oh yeah, that was funny. I don't know. But, I mean, some days it's fine. But it was just a different atmosphere last night. It was fun. I want to say it was more fun, but it was just different. So I asked John, I said, can you hear this? Because a lot of the, oh shit. Okay. Nope, we're not going to make it. Nope, we're not going to make it. Fuck. Sorry. That was the F word, but okay, this is ridiculous. Oh my God, that was a pain. So, is this a driveway? Oh my gosh. This is yucky and crappy and everything. Oh God. Okay, I'm just gonna go to this. Oh my gosh. Ah. My whole car is rattling. I hope I'm not freaking you guys out when I scream, because I'm a screamer. My life is not in danger. I can quickly, well, you saw, I can quickly come out of a turn. I can make decisions fast. I mean, I wouldn't be a driver if I didn't know how to drive in the snow. Okay, here we go. But that's quite stupid that the not having, this road is more plowed and less icy than, that's a main road. That's just a little ridiculous. Anyways, the truck behind me, you guys couldn't see, but there was a truck behind me, and he was even having a hard time, but he was able to, oh, he must have cut through there. Because I was like, how did he make that turn? Because he was like struggling as much as I was. He probably cut through that car place right there. I never noticed there was a driveway right there. Because, you know, I'm watching it through my rear view mirror. So I'm like, how did he make that? Because he was struggling as much as I was. Anyways, John, oh, with OP Live, you listen to it, but you don't like listen to every word, because you can't, especially with the damn sirens. And when they get to the place, it's like, turn your sirens off. And there's a couple of officers will be like, hey, turn your siren off. I'm like, thank you. But last night we were watching it, and this one lady, she was like 22, 21, but she looked like she was a lot older, but they said she was young. She opens up her wallet, and there's a dime bag of cocaine, and so she tried to hide it, and I think she threw it down her dress real fast. So they're gonna find it in the jail, or they'll find it when they clean out the cop car. I can't wait for tonight to see if they ever found the cocaine. But the officer was so mad, And she kept going, I didn't have cocaine. And we saw it. And he actually played back his body cam and showed it. And then, of course, then they went into live studio and they played it for us. And it's like, it's right there. You see, that is a dime bag. And so she's like, you were mistaken. And finally, the cop was so pissed. He goes, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. And Danielle starts laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing about? He goes, he keeps calling her a liar. I'm like, you can hear my TV. And she's like, but it's not bad. It's okay. I'm like, but I don't like it because I'm paranoid. I don't want to piss someone off, you know? So they're like, it's fine. And I'm like, okay. So right when John left the room, I bumped it down too. But it was nice that they put up with a little bit of, she said it was just a little bit of background noise. Like you could hear the sirens, but it wasn't, oh gosh. But it wasn't that, oh no, I want to back in, that's right. I forgot. I'm backing in now. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna run out real fast. I'll pause you. Hello, it is Monday. It is freezing out here. I forgot even to look at, I know it's 1 degrees, but I don't know what the feel like is. I forgot to look at that. And Amazon doesn't, well, you guys call it Alexa? Something like that. Alexa? Yeah.
Turn left on
I call mine Amazon.
Take the second right.
So this morning when I said, hey Amazon, what's the weather look like? It said, it is 1 degrees.
Turn right at the traffic light.
At least the sun is out, but I don't think the sun is warming up anything. So I had a finish last night, yay. Country Sale August, which, oh my God, I told you guys the other day that I was gonna finish it, you know, this weekend. Oh, there's not much to do. I get home, I had to build a whole house.
In 1.25 miles.
So yeah,
Utica Road.
I did 600 stitches on it, and I needed like 15 more stitches. So I decided to put grass underneath my fence because the other two motifs on it had grass and the fence didn't. And I'm like, yeah, I'd rather be over than under. So I think it was like 25 stitches to put grass under it. And I really like how the grass made it like pop. So got to use it for a game and got to make the fence like stand out a little more, or brightened up the fence, however you want to say it. And then I pulled out at the railroad. A little rough start on it at the beginning because I should know, and I don't know why I did this, but I stitched part of the pole, and then I was working my way up back to the top off of the pole. I know me. This is why I don't do center starts, because I, for some reason, cannot count upwards. Now, if I was just counting up and then get to the top and work my way down, yes. But to stitch upwards, a pattern, I always mess it up. So I had to do a little bit of frogging, but I forgot how much I love this pattern. So I was sitting there with Johnny. I said, okay, I got a decision to make. He's like, okay. I'm like, well, I need your help making this decision. He's like, okay. I said, okay, so you know I have my focus pieces. Well, what I'm not going to tell you the rest of the conversation because I'll just talk to you guys instead of repeating in a third person, repeating the conversation and saying his answers. I'll tell you what he said at the end though. So anyways, I'm like, you know how I have the 4, I just said it, focus projects. Well, I feel like the country sale and the yearly sale are going to be done. So what? I have September, November, and December. So I have 6 more pieces. We're not even through. Right now we're halfway through January, right? It's January 15th. I have already completed a yearly sale and a country sale. So I'm thinking within the next 3, I'm going to give myself 4 to 5 months because I don't want it to be pressured. But how it's working out, I think I should be able to get a finish each month on the country sale and the yearly sale. Putting 200 stitches in a day and calling it my morning stitching is really making progress on these projects. Now when I get home today, I have to catch up my sorry guys, my I was up late watching the Lions game, which we won. But oh my god, did they make such a big deal about Stanford? It was just like, shut up already. But at least he was cool, and when we won, he came over and congratulated the team and everything. But it was just getting on my nerves. It was a very good game, very close game, but we never lost the lead. We were never losing. So anyways, oh gosh, here we go again. Got it yawned. Okay, people are driving crazy. So doing the 200 stitches a day, AM stitches, is really, I'm getting a lot of stuff done. Oh, that's right. So when I get home tonight, I already said that, I have to catch up my temperature tray. We are really pushing, well, I was really, well, Jen was too. We were pushing last night to get a whole bunch of orders done in, I should say this weekend, in Hell's Kitchen. We really want to complete this task this time. Sometimes when it's 12 orders, we have a good chance. When it's 15 orders, we don't have a chance. It really feels like we don't. So I didn't want to stop last night and work on my temperature chart because that takes some time to do. You have to figure out which temperature you're supposed to be stitching and where, and I was gonna bring it to work, but I don't know if you can tell, everything is salty and my hands are salty, and I just didn't want to bring that out in this weather. So instead, when I get home, I have to do that, and then work on my AM stitching, and then I forgot what I picked tonight to work on. So the first week, I picked what projects I was working on for that week, put it in my calendar, so when I got home from work, I knew which project to pull. And then last week, I kept them all in the basket, and I just kept pulling each night, not knowing what I'm going to pull. So I wasn't sure which way I really liked it. I kind of liked it where I pulled the 7 projects I was going to work on that week from what I've already pulled. I hope you understand that.
Woodland Meadows Drive, then take the first right.
But then I didn't like it. And I didn't like yesterday, or last week, not knowing these are the ones I want to work for this week. It seemed like a chore. Ooh, shoot.
Turn right on Woodland Meadows Drive, then take the first right.
Would that be this? I'm assuming it's this. There's no street sign. And then take the... Oh, I see up there. Okay. This is all brand new builds. Well, this building...
Right on Timberwood Court.
All these white buildings are new back here. I'm pretty sure. Maybe the front. Maybe these were back here. Okay, yeah, these were back here. The ones that we passed on the left-hand side, those were all built recently. Okay, so 413, which should be... Okay. What the heck? Oh, is it in between here? Well, I sure... What? How does it go? Okay, there it is. I mean, how stupid is this? It's 411, 415, 413, 417, 419. People are crazy. So anyways, I'm just going to sit here for a second and explain what I'm doing. And then I'm going to let you go for the day. So, I know that I'm going to finish the Pokemon, and the 2 Sals. For sure. No question in my mind. So then I was like, I have Train of Dreams. I feel like there's another one that I have. Oh, yeah, the cottages. Which I am not pushing myself to finish the cottages. And I'm not pushing myself to finish Train of Dreams. And I was telling John, I said, how do you like this pattern? And I showed him, because it's at the railroad. It's a train scene with vintage people on it and lanterns. It just screams, this is John, right? And he just glanced at it. He goes, oh, I like it. All he saw was the train on it. I'm like, well, I'm thinking about putting Trains of Dreams back into the jar. And if I pull on it, I work on it. And keeping this one as a focus. And he's like, oh, okay. I said, well, really look at this and tell me, would you want Train of Dreams first or this one? And he's like, yeah, I like that one. I said, well, I figured because it's more of a vintage. He's like, what? I said, did you even look at the pattern? He's like, well, I saw the train on it. At least he's honest, you know? I was like, okay. I said, how about if you really look at the pattern? He goes, oh, it is a vintage. And I said, and I pointed up at the corner. I said, yeah, and it has your lanterns. Oh, my goodness, it has my lanterns. Yeah, finish that one. Finish that one. I'm like, That's the respondent I wanted the first time if you would have looked at it when I told you to look at it. But anyways. So I did 500 stitches on that. So yesterday I did 1,100 stitches. Which I felt like I could have got more, but I was just way too distracted. And I kept stopping and just watching the game, so. Which, I mean, I enjoyed myself. At the end, though, I was, like, beating myself up because I really should have gotten 800 stitches in vintage. No. At the railroad. Why did I call it vintage? So, yeah. That's about all I have to say today. So, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello. It is Tuesday. I was thinking it was Wednesday. It's Tuesday. We got a little snow last night. The roads are crap. But it is warmer than yesterday. It is 10 degrees out here. Feels like -5. Yesterday it was 1 degrees. Feels like -12. And let me tell you, it felt like -12. I was so cold. It was miserable. I got home. If you ever been cold to the bone, you'll understand. I was chilled to the bone. Everything hurt. I was exhausted. So I didn't get much stitching in. When I got home, I got underneath the electric blanket, and me and John just watched Married at First Sight for a good, what, 3 hours?
Yep.
And then Becca made dinner, and then I got stitching. So I put 200 stitches into Pokemon type chart, and 200 stitches into Love Sign Gnome. I knew it was one of the gnomes, and it was about love. So I probably had to have a sign, right? Becca's just looking at me like, please. So, yeah. Hopefully today I won't have idiots. Yesterday, went to a house, and the guy answers the door. He sees that I had flowers, and then he shuts the door. And then I can hear him on the other side of the door, standing right by the door, shouting for his daughter. About 4 times. I swear I was out there for probably about 3 minutes. Who knows? It could have been shorter, but it felt like 3 minutes. And it had to be 3 minutes, at least, a minimum. But anyways, finally the daughter came to the door. She opens the door, she goes, "Oh, it's cold out here." I said, "Tell me about it." And I just handed her the packages and walked away. Like, people are idiots. I was this close to just sitting on the porch and going back to my car. But yeah. So hopefully today's a better day. I don't know. A lot of schools are called off. I don't know why, because this is not a lot of snow at all. And the wind chill, you know, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is when we went to school, we never got called off for the windshield. And you had to have at least 6 inches of snow before we were called off. Now it's just like they call off for any old reason. I saw a post on Facebook today. I'm like, it said, in our day, no, kids these days get a text message telling them that school has been canceled. We had to get up at 6 a.m. and watch the scroll on the TV like it's the NBA draft. Or, I think it was the NBA draft. I'm like, oh my God, yes. The kids was the worst. Because, okay, so I went to Lakeview, and the kids went to Van Dyke. So they were at the bottom of the list. Do you ever remember watching the school?
I somewhat remember it. Sorry, I'm still waking up.
I know. Whoa. Oh boy. That was a little slidey. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else to say. I do know I'm gonna work on Pokemon. Oh, and I gotta do my temperature chart. I was supposed to do that last night, but there was no way I was trying to focus on that last night. I needed easy things to stitch. So I will be on here tomorrow and let you know what happened today. Okay. It is Wednesday. Oh, I want warmer temperatures. I just need the 30s. I'll even take the high 20s. But it is 6 degrees right now. I don't even know what the feel like is. That's 6 degrees in my car, which really my car goes 2 degrees higher than it really is outside. So who knows what it really is outside. I'm just frozen. And I'm coming home from work and just getting under blankets to warm up and not stitching until 5:30. And there's no way I'm bringing my stitching to work in these conditions, because my car is it's almost white. It's so covered in salt and yuckiness. Well, white and brown. It's nasty. Not yesterday, but the day before, I washed my coat because my coat was just full of salt. It's disgusting. And today I put on my coat and I'm like, it needs to be washed again. And you know, I had to constantly open my hatch, which is the worst about the salt and yuckiness. So it feels like my hands are always disgusting. No matter how much I try washing them, until I get home, and then it's like, get that hot. Because at work, our water isn't very hot. If you saw our water heater, you would laugh. It's like maybe 5 gallons. It looks about to be like a 5-gallon bucket, so that's why I'm saying it's probably 5 gallons. Because we use cold water for flowers. If you put flowers in hot water, they bloom too fast. They open up and they don't last as long as the best way I can explain it. So we use cold water for everything. Only once in a while we'll use hot water, and the bathroom doesn't seem to get, the hot water doesn't seem to be hot. And they got cheap ass soap too. So there's a whole combination that's against me that I can't get my hands clean at work. Now they're sanitized because I have sanitized, what is that called? Get it from Bath and Body Works. Hand gel, right? Sanitized hand gel. It's the good smelly kind. I hate the kind that smell like total alcohol, which I know, you know, you're cleaning when it, but I don't like that. I mean, with the Bath and Body Works, you still smell the alcohol, but you smell pretty apples too, or pumpkin spices. Not pumpkin spice, but pumpkin spices. There's a difference in my head. Just let me have that. It's not the same. Okay, so I did end up doing, I think it was 303 stitches into Pokemon and 202 stitches into, oh, the retro pumpkin something. I can't remember what the last word was. It's just a beautiful pumpkin. Oh. Yeah, so I stayed up too late. I got off of stitching, and I didn't like how that car was coming. I stopped stitching And I want to say it was like 10:30. John had just came in the living room because he was out. He was in the back playing with his trains. So I was reminded that we didn't finish the last season of The Traitors. We had like 40 minutes into the episode left. And so he came in, I'm like, you want to watch The Traitors? We only have one episode left. And he's like, okay. So, of course, sorry, I have a frog in my throat today. So we were watching the Last Traitor, and, you know, it went to the next one for this season. And I was like, I just want to watch the first one to see who's on it. And he's like, okay. So we watched that, and the next thing I knew, it was 12:30 at night. I'm so pissed. Bananas got kicked off first. They're stupid. They're so stupid, because the whole point too is about making money, and Bananas would have made them money. He's from the challenge, hello. But I think CT will be safe for a while because Phaedra likes CT. But oh my god, I told John, I said, if CT gets kicked off before Dan, I think I'm gonna have to stop watching this season. I don't know, there's a couple more that I really like, but CT and Bananas are the people who I was like, yeah, I'm all for it. Tamara's on there too, but I don't think Tamara lasts. She already missed one challenge, so I don't think her heart is in it. I could be wrong though, but there are so many, the Survivor people, yuck. But right when Dan became a traitor, I was like, oh god, John. He's like, what? I'm like, do you not remember Dan? He's like, Big Brother. I'm like, yeah, but he likes to explain everything. Like you're a 2-year-old and you're in his classroom and he's teaching you how the game works and how this person does this. And I think I should do this. And if we do this as a team, it's like, I don't want to be lectured at during this show. I cannot stand him. And he thinks he's going to win this whole damn thing. And it just makes me nauseous. And the thing is that I don't think they're going to suspect Dan, because Dan's just the nice guy from Michigan who's just so great. And he's won Big Brother, and I think he won Big Brother 2 times in a row. I can't remember. I know he was on there enough to be freaking super annoying. And Janelle's on there. Back in her heyday, Janelle was one of my favorites. But now, honey, go take a seat. You're not relevant anymore. So, yeah. But there's only like 2 episodes, and then it goes every week. Have to wait for an episode. That did not sound good. Oh, it means I have snow on my tires. That's right. Or am I, what's that thing called where your wheel is? The wheel? Rear? I don't know. The wall. I have to go over there and kick the snow, and then it falls, and then it won't make that noise anymore. So yeah, I'm hoping today will go by smoothly. I can get home and get to stitching, because I would really like to get, I don't do by pages because the page breaks annoy me. It'd be nice if the page breaks were like on the black line of the 100 grid. So I always like confuse it, and when I'm counting, I look at that as the grid line, not a page break, so I take those off right away. So I'm hoping to get a hoop completion. Once I move the hoop, then I'm going to the yearly sale. And then once I get that one done, then I go back to Pokemon. And then once I get a hoop finish there, then I'm going to do a hoop finish at the railroad. So that's my plans. I think tonight is, oh, it's gotta be a gnome. I don't know which gnome it is, because I have it where I do something that's not a gnome, then a gnome, not a gnome, then a gnome, not a gnome, then a gnome, because I had so many darn gnomes. Okay, I could get it to work. See you in a little bit. Oh, it is Thursday. It's snowing, and it's yucky. The roads aren't too bad, that's why I came out. They've been somewhat plowed and salted, so. I got a lot of stitches done last night on Koshin Gnome. 603 stitches. Okay, we're not gonna do the ums today, Becky. Here, let me get rid of my gum real fast, so I'm not talking around my gum. God, I didn't think I was gonna get a lot in, because right when I got home, I mean, it's still, now today it's only 22 degrees out. I don't know what the feel like is. So we've gotten past the, okay, so the highest we've gotten so far in the last 3 days, 4 days, we've been at like one day we got to 4. Yesterday we got to, it said 11 on WeatherBug, but my car never got past 9. And mine is 2 degrees higher than what it says outside. Or what it is outside, I should say. But today we're at 22. So that's good news. But right when I got home, got underneath the blankets again. And I don't know what I did. So I have 2 shirts on, a hoodie, and then my winter jacket. And then I have 2 pairs of pants on. Well, that's a lot of heaviness on my shoulder, and restriction too, because you know when you put layers and layers on, you have to use, I don't want to say your muscles to, but I guess it is your muscles, to move the layers so you can move your arm. I always think of what is it? A Christmas Story, you know, when the kid couldn't put down his arms because he had so many layers on. That's what it feels like. But with me, oh, I hate the get up and go. But with me, I couldn't lift my arms, it felt like. So I don't know what the heck I did, but I went to go grab a package out of the back, and I think I tweaked. It was right below my shoulder blade. So when I got home, I had John rub on. CVS has this brand that's called Ice and Cold. It's like icy hot, but so much better. The coldness is more cold, and the hotness is like having a freaking heating pad on. So I asked John if he would rub that on my back and my shoulders. And then I rubbed it on my hand. And the whole time, right when I, so that means it's very slippery right here. I don't know if you saw that. The car kind of like swerved, lost control a little. He recovered fast, so. But anyways, okay, dude, we don't have to go this slow on this road. I know you just got freaked out, but seriously, I need to stay in this lane. So right when I walked in the door, Toby was like all over me, and I gave him a treat, and that's what I thought it was. So what I mean all over me is, well, now I'm home, so I gotta take off all these damn layers. And he was just right there, like, pacing. Every time I took a step, he took a step with me, and he was just like pacing. And I'm like, what's up, bud? And he's just looking at me. I'm like, oh, your treat, right? So I give him his treat, and he's still doing it. I'm like, this is strange. And so right when I got under the blankets, he was on me. And I was like, okay. And me and John were watching the last episode of... No, we were finishing the episode we left off on the night before. The second episode of The Traitors. So... which was about 35 minutes long. Well, we only watched like maybe 10 minutes. And they were like, no, we gotta go to bed. We can't watch this. Because it was already like, what? It was so late the night before when we went to bed. We went to bed late last night, too. So, the next episode started, and I remember the host saying the next challenge will be at the witching hour. And I told John 3 a.m. because that's when the witching hour is. And that's all I remember. I passed out. I do remember so John had to leave and get Becca. I didn't wake up for that, and usually I do. Because Toby will jump off and, like, you know, be all antsy. I remember them coming home, and Toby was still on me, and he started barking. And I remember Becca saying, no, Toby, shh, Grammy's sleeping. And I was right back asleep again. Why are people honking? That makes me nervous. Okay, okay, good. The guy behind me is like, he ain't playing with he's like, I'm giving you space. Just like I'm giving this guy a decent amount of space. The guy behind me is giving me space. Which is cool. Okay, so anyways, when I woke up, so when I got home, John put that stuff on my back. And I'm not one... Well, I guess that's wrong now, but because I do take pills every single night now for heartburn and it's anxiety and helps. God, I can't think of the word. When you can't sleep at night, insomnia, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But when I'm in pain, I don't like to take aspirins. Okay, so only 2 of you are going. That's good. So
at the next light, turn left.
Okay. Sorry, you're going to hear Mona because I have to have the car one because it actually shows me when there's accidents or the traffic is slow. My GPS doesn't do that, so... And I can't quiet her. I mean, I can, but I have her at the lowest amount. I need to hear her.
Onto French Road.
This is basically what I have to say. Okay, this French Road, yes. So, anyways, he gave me 2 Tylenol. So when I woke up, I went in the back because he was playing with his trains. They had already been, no! Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, this is BS. You can't see it, but this road is closed. Oh, I'm screwed. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm making an illegal U-turn, and we're sliding.
In 1.2 miles, turn right onto East Warren Avenue.
Okay,
At the next light,
okay.
turn
Can
right.
we get control of our car? Okay, so it's going to have me go. Oh, come on. I can't get control. Go that slow. Oh fuck. There will be swearing in this video when it snows like this. Yes, there will be. Okay, so can we do this? We're gonna do something very scary, and we did it, and we're good. Okay. He was going so slow. Ooh, the salt truck has come down here. Oh, what road is this? Oh, this is Connor, right? Feels like Connor. Was it Connor? Yeah, this is Connor. Well.
In half a mile, take a slight right turn.
Come on. Can I get traction? My little... Okay. No! Stop doing the slippery guy. Sometimes I feel like that doesn't help. So what I mean by the slippery guy, I have anti-slip on this, or slippery, or whatever you want to call it. And when that's activated, sometimes I feel like it does not help me at all. So anyways, I went back there, I'm like, what did you put in those pills? And he's like, what pills? I'm like, the pills you gave me. He goes, they were Tylenol. I'm like, no, I'm trying to make a joke with you because it passed
right
me.
Lane to take a slight right turn onto Connor Avenue.
Yes, I know. Shush. I don't know. I know. See that one. It wants me to go on Harbor. Okay, we'll do this.
Take a slight right turn, then turn right onto Harper Avenue.
So anyways.
At the light, use the right lane to turn onto Harper Avenue.
Okay, I turned her down some more. You have to wait till she's talking to be able to turn that part down. Okay, can I please turn without sliding very much? Nope. Okay.
At the next light, turn left.
I think I might have to put a warning on this video. Oh my gosh. Driving in snow may be triggering. Because I scream, I'm sorry. I do have everything under control. 90% of the time. And I've driven in the snow enough that I know how to, when I'm sliding, to take control of my vehicle. That's the best way we're going to explain it. Okay, so now can we get on French Road? I don't understand why that was blocked off. It made no sense.
At the light, turn left onto French Road.
Oh, that's why. So it's probably, but DTE doesn't do water main breaks. Something with DTE. Okay, we're gonna try it. We're going. Okay. So anyways, John's like, yeah, you were out. You finished that one episode. I said, I remember starting the next episode and it was the morning breakfast thing. And John's like, yeah, the guy said the witching hour. You said 3 a.m. And then I was like, oh no. He goes, it's a good one too. I'm like, okay, well, whenever you come back up, we'll watch it. He came up right away. It was hilarious. He was in a mood to just spend it with me and watch TV. I wasn't even stitching. I didn't even start stitching until after dinner, which that's how it's been going the last couple of nights, which I don't want to get into that habit. But when I'm getting home at 4 o'clock, okay, don't rush me, dude. Okay, sorry, I'm not talking when I'm trying to get my car up to a speed. Because I don't know if you can hear, I have to push on the gas, let off, and when I'm swerving, you go the opposite way than what you're swerving, is the best way I can explain it. You break the swerve, but you don't do it, you don't pull your steering wheel hard, you just do it the opposite direction a little bit. And it's a whole thing of gas, no gas, gas, no gas. Until you're at like this, and then you can just drive like freaking normal. For all you people who've never driven in the snow, there's your little lesson. Okay.
At the next light, turn right.
Yeah, so we had a really good night last night. Oh, what I was saying is, when you get home at 4 o'clock and you're frozen, and you gotta be covered up in blankets up to your freaking chin, it only makes sense to start stitching after dinner.
At the light, turn right.
And we've been having like chili, nice warming your bone meals. I'm not looking forward to turning on this tree, that's for sure. Yeah, so tonight I plan on working on Pokemon for a lot. And then I was supposed to do Harry's Shadow today, but I really think I'm just going to keep going on with Potion Gnome. I was really enjoying myself last night stitching on that. And I figured there's some projects that I can stitch 2 nights in a row. I mean, it's all about the stitching, right? Okay, so I don't like this. What lane am I supposed to, no, okay, here it is anyways. So, oh God, I don't like this. Do they have this gate open? Because the last time it snowed, the gate wasn't open. It looks like it is.
Turn right.
See, I am so glad. It is 9:24. I am so glad that I didn't get here at 8:45 because they said service starts at 9 o'clock. Wow, if service starts at 9 o'clock, nobody likes this person. I hate people who lie. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. Yes, I'm here. Oh my God, she's talking over me. I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's gonna be very long. That was 18 minutes. Okay. Oh, it is Friday, Friday, Friday! So far, I don't have to work tomorrow. That all can change. But today already sucks. Nothing is done. It's just gonna one me to death all day long. There's 2 designers here, but the one is an assistant manager, and I think she's just gonna play, I have so many assistant manager shit to do. I can't design today.
Turn left on Gratiot Avenue.
Oh, God, I am sick of this snow. I need 2 days off. That's my problem. I am cranky. The week before, okay, not last weekend, but the weekend before, I had to work every single day. So in the last well, now almost 3 weeks, I've only had 1 day off. So yeah, Becky gets very cranky when she doesn't get her days off. So yeah. Oh, how many stitches did I do last night? So I only put in 35 into Potion Gnome because I got, so if you don't know, I'm highly allergic to Toby's hair. When it, like, you know how dog hair gets in your clothes, right? Or your socks or whatever. When that happens, it feels like a needle is poking me. Poke, 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 poke. And then wherever it was poking gets red and inflamed. Well, last night, I had Toby hair in my eye. I had to keep, I was on Zoom last night, so I had to keep turning my picture off because who wants to watch me dig in my eye? And I did eye drops, I don't know how many times. And then finally I told John, I said, give me a tea bag. Because I was thinking, well, maybe it's not a hair, maybe it's a sty, you know, that's irritating. But I'm like, it's gotta be a hair because it kept moving too. And at one point I saw it on my eyelid, whatever you want to call it, on my eye. And I blinked and it moved and I didn't get it, you know? So I don't know, when I was doing the wash, did I wash it out? But it didn't feel like an eyelash because I've had eyelashes in my eye. And it's just annoying. It doesn't burn like this did. And itch. So finally at, I think it was like 8:30, I told the girls, I said, I gotta get off of here. My eye is killing me. I'm just gonna go lay down. So John heard me say that. He's like, I'm ready to lay down if you are. I said, I'm going to lay down. I said, I figure I'll go in there and I'll just put on Harry Potter and listen to Harry Potter. And John put that icy hot on my back again last night. And I swear within maybe 20 minutes I was out. Because that icy hot got to the hot part. So it was just my, oh my God, can words happen? My back was all nice and warm, and you know, I'm laying there in the dark, listening to a book with my eyes closed, and I was out. But John was like, you know, we all got comfy and stuff. And John's like, this feels good going to bed this early. Hey, sorry about that. My work called. Just ridiculous. They wanted to know about an order that I delivered on Monday. I said, seriously? I'm supposed to remember back, but of course the order they're talking about, I did remember. But anyways, John said, you know, I like going to bed early. I'm like, we are not going to bed every night this early. I said, but it is nice tonight that you actually wanted to go to bed with me this early, you know, so. But then we both were wide awake at like 6 o'clock this morning. We were like, this is what happens when you go to bed early. Whew. Which I think we slept for 10 hours, right? If I do the math right. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Now John's calling. Calling me for no damn reason. At all. Just to keep me hostage on the phone. It's ridiculous. I am such in a bad mood. I am so sorry. So, yesterday, right when I got home, I worked on Pokemon. And I did 300 stitches in him. And then, like I said, I only did like 35 stitches in the Magic Gnome. I have no idea what I'm going to work on tonight. I do want to put in more to Harry Potter, of course. Not Harry Potter. Did I say Harry Potter? Pokemon. Oh my goodness. My brain. I think tonight I'm supposed to be working on... No, that was last night. I was supposed to work on Harry Potter. Tonight, I think it's Flag Gnome. I think tomorrow I'll work on Harry Potter, and I think tomorrow night is Valentine Gnome. The roads are getting bad again. They're slippery. So sick of this snow, though. Okay, so I'm gonna get off of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Yeah, and I will see you in the next one. Well, next will be the Flosstube Sunday. And then next week will be another vlog. I hope I don't have to work tomorrow. Okay. Oh, we didn't slide. Oh, yes we did. Just a little. I can control that sliding. Alright. I will see you in the next one.